And it just finally feels like this nightmare is over. Hi guys, welcome back to another vlog. If you're seeing this, then there's good news. And if you're not seeing this, well, you're not seeing this. I am recording this on the off chance that I do hear good news. But if I don't, this will never see the light of day. I am having an interview today, and it is my 4th round. I've never done this many rounds. And it kind of took a while to get from the 3rd interview to the 4th interview, and so I lost a bit of hope. Just overall trying to manage my expectations. I am manifesting good news, which is why I wanted to record this so I can look back on it. If you're new to my channel, basically my background is in corporate fashion. I have a degree in fashion merchandising. I've worked in PR. I've worked at Teen Vogue magazine, Cosmopolitan, 17. Growing up, that was like my dream, to work at 17 magazine, and you know, I have the privilege to do so. So I'm very honored and I'm very proud of my background. Like everything, things change, and I no longer wanted to be in the editorial industry, and so I made the move. I've worked at Victoria's Secret helping out on photo shoots, which is so fun. And then recently I worked at Gap in merchandising, but May of last year, in the height of the pandemic, I was laid off. I made a whole video about it, and it was a really dark time in my life, just like mentally. I didn't want to get out of bed. Like, I really struggled with my mental health there. And honestly, it's been a year later, and I have put in over 100 applications and haven't really received good news thus far. So it's still a struggle. I get no's daily, and it's hard not to let that get to you when every day you're hopeful and you're just like, you get these emails. It's like, no, sorry, and it's like, okay. I've had 2 interviews before this one with an HR representative that went really well, but it didn't go anywhere. And when I had asked for feedback, I pretty much was told, like, you're great, like, we have no feedback, we just went with someone with more experience. So it hurt. It hurt because there wasn't anything I could do to change. And then my 2nd interview, 2 rounds of that, and the first one is with the HR representative. I felt really great about it. The 2nd one was with the actual manager, and it was, I have never had an interview like that where I felt like I didn't do well. I felt like the person I was speaking to wasn't really interested, and it just like wasn't good energy at all, and I really walked away from that feeling very disheartened. And so when I went into this 3rd interview, honestly, my confidence was shot at that point. I do not have a good track record with just applying, like cold applying. I've never had a good track record with hearing back, but I do know I'm pretty decent at an interview. And so to be like 2 for 2 interviewing and not getting it, it sucked. But this position that I'm interviewing for is honestly like my dream. It's where I want my career to go. It's just like my dream role. I really do like the company. I had 1 interview with the actual manager, a 2nd interview with her and the girl who works under her. I had a 3rd interview where I presented like a project, and it was something that I put my heart into and something that I was really passionate about. That's when it took a while to hear back, and so I was feeling very disheartened because I was feeling very hopeful in the beginning. But finally, today is my 4th interview, and hopefully, knock on wood, my last interview, and it's with the VP of the department. So fingers crossed. I'm really hopeful that this is going to have a positive outcome. Again, I'm trying to manage my expectations here and not get my hopes up too much because I don't want to be let down. But anyway, I'm getting ready now. I'm doing my makeup. Eddie, my boyfriend, made me a bowl of instant pho because I didn't really eat dinner last night and I'm hungry and I don't want to be hungry for my interview. Okay, so I'm all ready. It is 10:46 now. My interview is at 11, so I just did my hair. I recently cut it, which I did a whole vlog about that. It is curled to the best of its abilities, so I feel good about myself. It's a virtual interview through like Microsoft Teams, but I just want to be dressed. I have on these black like flare jeans from Abercrombie, and then I have this like green sweater top from Ann Taylor, which I did a whole vlog on my shopping day. So if you saw that, you would recognize this top. It's so pretty. Okay, it's 10:49 now. It's about 10 minutes till my interview. I'm gonna log on. If it was an in-person interview, I always show up like 15 minutes earlier. I really have that old school interview mentality, so always earlier the better. Since it is like a call, what I have found works is like I show up 5 minutes before, because there's really no point me sitting like 15 minutes on a video staring at myself. But I want to share with you guys how I prep for an interview, and I do this for every single interview. I like to write, so I have like a bunch of like notes in front of me. I always just start off because I know they're gonna ask like about my background and my experience, so I always just like write it out. I do this every single time, just like everything I've done, every like point that I want to make, and I just do like little like bullet points just to kind of refresh my memory, to be like, okay, yep, I want to bring that up, I want to bring that up, and it helps me like kind of rehearse it in my head. And then I always do like research on the company, just because I think you should be informed. So just like any like background info that I think is interesting. Again, I'm in fashion, so about like the website, what I think about it, what I think is great for, you know, a customer standpoint, what I think they can improve. Those are typically questions that they're probably going to ask you, so I like to be as like educated as possible. So based on the position, I'm going for a marketing role, so it's about, you know, like creative and ideas and getting the word out there. So I definitely went in and was like, I jotted down a few ideas just in case that they would ask. It's better to be over prepared than under prepared. And then lastly, I always prepare like questions that I want to ask, because typically in an interview they'll be like, you know, do you have any questions? And it's just not a good look if you're like, no, I'm good. So I have like my go-to questions, and then any like specific questions about the company that I ask, and that's like how I prep for an interview. So fingers crossed. I'm gonna log on in 3 minutes. Hello, so I got off the call at 11:25, so it was almost a 30-minute interview, so I feel really good about it. I really like the woman that I met with and interviewed with, and I really feel like we had a good conversation, and I was able to address any concerns and just really sell myself here. So I am feeling good about it. Again, I am trying to manage my expectations so that I am not too crushed and upset. I know I will be, honestly. I mean, if I don't get it, you won't be seeing this video. Now is just the waiting game, but I'm about to send out my thank you emails. That's something that I do at the end of every interview, and honestly something that I recommend to everyone, and not everyone does it. So it's Thursday now, it is a new day, and I just got a call from HR. She just wanted to ask me a few questions and let me ask her a few questions, and she told me she would be meeting with the hiring manager tomorrow. We're hoping for good news. Fingers crossed that tomorrow is the day that I at least hear. So today I was refreshing my email all day and had many breakdowns. I tried to make breakfast and I messed that up, and that just set me off, and Eddie can attest to it. I was like sitting here crying, and I just haven't wanted to do anything all day because I've just been like a little depressed because I didn't know what was going on, and like I was frustrated I didn't hear back. But I just received a call at like 15 minutes before 5 o'clock. I just received a call at 4:45 with good news! Woo! I was just feeling very like down, and I just didn't know why. I hadn't heard back. And then I received the call of good news saying like, you know, congratulations and everything. And it's funny because I was like quiet on the call, and I had to tell the woman like, I'm sorry, I'm just very emotional right now. And she's like, oh, I thought you weren't happy. Like, and I was like, no, I'm just very emotional. I officially have a job again. I am employed. I am honestly, I'm getting very emotional because I'm just like very happy. But it has been a tough year since this pandemic hit, and like, you know, in March of 2020, when we all started working from home, it was just like your daily routine was just like, you know, different, and everyone was trying to cope with this new world. And then at the end of April, like beginning of May, I was laid off, and I was so upset about that, obviously. Like, it was just a very like scary time, and like you know, in the middle of a pandemic, like I lost my insurance, I lost, you know, a stable paycheck. I was struggling getting my unemployment benefits. Like, it literally took like countless frustrating calls. It took like 2 months until I was able to finally get through to someone. Then I just like, when things were starting to open up, I felt a little like left behind because everyone was like, you know, getting back into the swing of things and I had nothing to get back into. And so it just, I went through a lot of stages of feeling like I would never find a job again. My resume is all over the place, you know, and so a lot of people look at that and they brush me off very quickly. And so I'm just very, very happy, and it just finally feels like this nightmare is over. My mom, I think, is on her way home, so I'm gonna try to like take a little sneaky video of her to get her reaction. I don't know if the reaction will be like as exciting.
I wanted to celebrate since I'm now a working woman.
Oh, you did? They accepted?
I got a call today.
Oh, cool. Congratulations. I'm so happy.
Love my mom, but she's not a very like, yay kind of person. My mom is like dry humor. I don't know if the reaction will be like as exciting. I just wanted to say thank you if you stayed this long and put up with my emotional self and this like weird mishmash of a video. I promise I have more exciting videos. Have you seen my Harry Potter ones? Those are doing great. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I will see you next time. Bye.